Picture this image for one moment. You've been driving now for 15 minutes. It feels like forever. It's getting really tense in the car. And you think, am I ever going to find that last car parking space that I know will emerge? But you're not the only ones. There's 4 or 5 cars, and they've done 5 laps of the car park too. It's a race against time. You drive, and you drive some more. But then finally, you see that ray of hope where someone leaves the supermarket with their bags in their hands, and yes, they have their car keys. So what do? You drop down a gear and stalk your prey, space by space, until finally they move towards their car. You roll down the window and ask that question. Sorry, are you heading out? Yes, you nailed it. You have a space. It might be the worst space in the whole car park, on the far side, crooked. Takes you 3 goes to get into it, but it's your space. You walk all the way along, across the tarmac, getting soaked in the rain. You get into that store. It's time to do your weekly shop. You've done your homework, you got your list. When you run out of items, of course, you write them down. But it's somewhat of an illogical order, because when you run out, you run out. But of course, you want to go through your list one by one. So you go to aisle 1, to aisle 10, back to aisle 2, all the way to aisle 15. And then finally, when you've missed a couple of items, you think you've had enough, and your 15-minute shop turns into a half-an-hour run around the supermarket. Time to check out, though. We're nearly there. It's nearly finished. You line up, and this is the big one. You check out all the queues, because you know you're going to pick that best queue. One queue has 10 people in it, another 12, but this one only has 6 people in it. And you look up, 10 items or less. Why did I get 11 items? Do you think anyone will notice if I just ditch the milk in this here? And I'll just jump straight into this express aisle? Hey presto, we're at the top in minutes. And then the big race happens. Everybody knows this race. It's you bagging versus the cashier beeping. And whether they know it or not, you are in a race. So they beep and they throw. Those bananas that you spent ages picking out are a bruise. You don't mind because you're flinging them into the bag. You are going to win. Your heart's pounding, and just as you finish, you're ready for that question. You're ready to pay, and what do? Oh, they're smart. They throw you a curveball. Do you have your loyalty card, sir? Yeah, of course I have my loyalty card. You have 5 of them, but none for this store. But what I do have is those vouchers you snail-mailed me last week. There's 20 of them in here. But you only made 1 relevant to me, but I'll take that 50-cent saving, thank you, and it's a win for me. You bring up all your items and you march proudly back across the tarmac all the way to your car, and then you do that quick dance. You know that dance where you're trying to get your keys out of your pocket? And it's in the boot, and you're good to go. Wipe the sweat from your brow, your chore is done for the week, and it's I'll see you next week, supermarket. To sum up the offline experience, I could say anyone who believes competitive spirit is dead has never been in a supermarket when the cashier opens a new line. It's a war. Hunger Games. And that's why I personally shop online. You, as marketers, has made it easy for me as a consumer. I sit on my couch, happy out, read, look at reviews, price compare, and then know I'm buying that best item easily, quickly, and it's delivered to my door within 2 days. What we as marketers have provided to the online world is phenomenal. And we've experienced this amazing last 5 years of growth. In fact, we've been growing 10 times faster online than that retail experience I talked about in the last 5 years. Us, All of us have experienced 5 years of 10x growth. Amazing world to be in. And we should rightly applaud ourselves. But let's just wipe away that stat for one moment and look at the full picture. Right now, consumers are still only spending 9% online. So we've come a long way and we've made a huge business out of it. We're all here thanks to it. We're missing the big piece of the pie. That 91% of spend that happens offline. Now, I know the experience I had wasn't the best, and maybe I exaggerated 1 or 2 points, but it remains true. But we keep going back to offline. My supermarket is throwing money at me to buy online, and I won't do it. And I don't know why. I just will not buy online. I keep going back. There's something about the tangible, feeling the product, seeing it. If you're clothes shopping, trying it on. And then that instant gratification where you bring it to the till and you own the product. 2-day delivery, not enough. I'm the guy who gets his 2-day express delivery and refreshes every 5 minutes. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see that tracking number again. But it's not as dreary as it looks, this offline world. Right? What we're seeing is that our consumers are actually coming armed these days with their own personal assistants. You all have them, you all walk into the stores with them, and I think you might know what I'm talking about. Right? I could see a lot of people holding them, of course, it's your mobile phone. Digital is beginning to infiltrate the offline world. Whether consumers or retailers like it, it's there. We come in, we use this process that's been coined showrooming, where we actually consult our phone, ask its advice, comparison check, and then we get to the till in a rather cumbersome way, but we get to the till and we're more happy with our purchase. So maybe there is hope for offline. And if we trend forward a little bit, we can actually see by the year 2020, 80% of all retail sales in the US, the world's leading economy, will still happen offline. So our growth will continue as online marketers. It's no longer 10x time. Eventually, we have to plateau, right, at some stage. So the big challenge for us as online marketers is to bring our amazing world of online. We're so good at what we do to the world of the offline. How do we do that? How do we bring our beautiful world, where we tell you exactly where every cent has gone, to this cumbersome offline world? Well, we've had the power, we've had the brains for a long time, and that's our phone. We just haven't been using them effectively. We have brought these to retailers, and retailers haven't reacted. What we're missing is that spark to ignite it all. And that spark is very simply a tiny, tiny device that you might have all read about. It's a beacon. Very small, very cheap, very easy to install. This is a beacon I've had, and I can do a lot with it. What it enables me to do is to tell my phone exactly where I am. It's a location-based marketing method. This tells my phone where it is. My phone does all the thinking. This connects to an app on my phone, and an app can present a host of possibilities. To show you that, I want to repaint that picture that I said earlier. So let's go back to my supermarket shop, right? I'm 1 week forward, and thankfully, my supermarket has installed beacons. So let's repaint this picture. I drive in. A beacon immediately sees that I have the app for the supermarket installed on my phone. It can see exactly where I am, pings my phone, and my phone then says to me, "Hey, Philip, welcome back. Good to see you again. As you're a loyal customer, please drive straight to the front. We've reserved a preferred parking space for you." Amazing. I walk into the store. Very happy already. My phone contains my lists of groceries that I need to buy. It's in an illogical order, of course, right? Because I write them down as I run out of them. But what it does is it re-optimizes and reorganizes that list so I go coherently from aisle 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, picking up my items. So my time throughout that store is totally optimized, leaving me with more time to actually walk around and enjoy the store and see what they have to offer. Less crowded, less congestion, and just a better feeling. What if I was walking around and I had a question on a product? Of course, I could just click help when needed, because my phone would know exactly where I am. Or if I didn't want to ask a question, what if we could predict what I want? So I'm walking past the bananas aisle, and I have on my list bananas, I'm ready to buy, and a ping comes up and says, hey, I see you're going to buy bananas. Why not this week check out Fife's bananas? They're on half price. I also see that you bought toffee and some other ingredients. Did you know you're only 2 ingredients away from a banoffee pie? Right. 2 of your friends have reviewed this recipe we're presenting and found it nice. Or we know you're into kind of healthier stuff, so put down the toffee and buy something else, because it knows all about me. So it's really hyper-relevant marketing. Of course, I can push that button and ask a question at any time if I'm not satisfied. But here's the best one for me. The biggest pain point for me is that queue at the end. What if I could tell you queuing is done? There's no more queuing in the supermarket. What if, as you're picking your products up from the aisles, you just scan them with your phone, using the app, pack them away yourself in your own time, and press checkout from your phone and walked straight out of the store? Yes, I will have that, please. And then no more shuffling in the car park. If you need a hand, press your help when needed. All in all, a beautiful experience and amazing for us all as consumers. We would rush back to get this. But let's just take our consumer's hat off for a moment and put our marketer's hat on, our digital hat on. What's in it for us? Well, we've been amazing at what we've done online because we can measure everything. That's our secret sauce. We are killing the offline because we can account for every penny. Total transparency. So imagine we could say to a retailer, well, here's what you did online, which is what we do, and here's what you did offline. Here's all of your footfall data. Here's what your loyal customers like. Here's what they prefer. Here's what your new customers tend to buy. Did you know this promotion is working great? Maybe the sun came up. It's a sunny day in Dublin. Burgers are going to sell. Barbecue things will sell. Real-time analytics on the ground. So what we could do is finally connect all these pieces that we have, mobile, offline, online, multi-channel, multi-funnel, omni-channel, all these buzzwords become 360 attribution. We have a complete picture of your entire business. And knowing that we're so good at what we do, and that we have the complete picture of your business, hey, you know that when consumers spend only 9% online, and you're giving us maybe 9% of your budget? How about we access those offline budgets? How about the digital world, us, get access to these offline budgets? Because remember that billboard you hung up? Or those flyers you printed off? You spent ages working on them, really getting them right, handing them out, giving them to the marketing company, only for the people at the train station, the random people you gave it to fling it in the bin, because they only took it to be nice, right? Give us that budget. Imagine what we could do with that. We could provide this amazing enhanced experience to the consumer, telling them exactly what they want before they even know what they want. The best part of all, they will want it. It's no longer cumbersome marketing, putting up a poster and hoping that maybe one of a million people that walk past that will somehow purchase that product. giving our amazing digital recommendations to the offline world is that next step. So there is a new dawn coming. There's a new era of marketing coming. The online and the offline are begun to shift into one. May not happen this year, maybe a longer cycle, but we're going to begin shifting into one. Users have already adopted the technology. They are bringing the phones in store. And now retailers are finally doing same. It was only a year ago that they talked about location-based marketing with some hesitancy. But now we're seeing that retailers are beginning to adopt. I'm going to give you another 10x figure. So beacons will drive $4 billion in US retail sales this year. But they'll drive $44 billion in US retail sales next year. So our retailers are catching up to our users. This is our next 10x. This is the next 10 years of what we will just call the digital space. No longer the online or the offline. No longer will we sit siloed where the online guys and the offline guys are in different buildings altogether. They've never met nor communicate with each other because they're different worlds. That will begin to push into one room. And what I'm really excited about is seeing us bringing our amazing online resources to this offline world, to telling them how to track, telling them how to market, showing them and leading from the front. Because I want the online to take the offline budgets. And that's why I'm excited. I don't want the offline to be touching our budgets. I want to transport the digital world into the four walls of the store. So I'm going to leave you with just one question. Are you planning to talk to your advertisers about location-based marketing in 2016? Thank you.